Well, hello, everybody, and it's Monday night, so this is how we start things. Hang on, I gotta turn the volume up. I apologize. There we go.
And then here's the challenge of burnouts for distance.
All right. I just love playing that clip. Sorry, but it's just it's what I like doing. Oh. What? Okay. Hi, everybody. Who's all here? Kerosene Cucumber is your number one. Matthew Ward, KJ Kylie, Scoop, Stefan Bunky Bird. What's going on, buddy? What's this? Waiting with bated breath for the Dr. Art and to Circus of El Caminos. That's right. Just finished up a video on one, and it was editing it as we speak. Teaser, we got the engine out of number one. We got some cool stuff for number two. So let me, after the show, I'll put the video together, and I'll either pop it out tonight yet or like first thing in the morning. But it's coming. It's not a nail biter, but it's pretty cool. This El Camino, I forgot that sometimes G-bodies suck. With some of their 80s brackets and technology and different size bolts, it was some madness. But we prevailed. And we are moving on. Robert Meyer, what's going on, buddy? Let's hide this. Okay. Hi, Robert Meyer. Good evening. Good evening to you, Robert. Jerry Vanny's here. Hi, Jerry. Scoop. With raffle to win a V8 Ranger. Cool. Yeah, sure. Raffle tickets we'll start them at $10,000 each. And if you buy two, you got a pretty good chance of winning it. So that's all I got to say. Top-notch production. Okay. Fun with Cars is here. What's going on, buddy? Robert Lawrence. Hello, everyone. Scoop. Carmudgeon. Hello. Hello to you. Scoop's going to be right back. Mr. Bunky Bird says, hello, all. Roy Miller. What's going on? Roy, hey, how you doing, man? Haven't seen you in a little bit. Eric Wilson is here, and that's what we got for now. Let me see if I can show a picture here. Share a picture. Let's share a picture, and then if you guys got pictures, you know the deal. Send them into the email. I got the email brought up. Yeah, I do. Okay. That's a horrible picture. And give it for a second for the camera to adjust. Dun, 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 boom. Yep, motor's out. And like I said, it did fight me. It was like a ridiculous amount of fight. Let the camera come back as we fade from black to white. Eric Wilson, Olive Traps are here. Olive, what's going on? How's Georgia doing? Did you guys get smacked with the cold like we did? Because literally yesterday, Sunday, it was 75 degrees. Today was 33. So it was quite the shift. But quite the shift we when was it? Saturday night? It was either Friday or Saturday night. It was out filming with Tony and for some Speed Lab stuff, and it didn't go well. Half of it was condition, half of it was the car, half of it was filming, half of it was me. So it was just like, yeah. So, Scoop says it's 4 degrees here. Okay. Jerry Van up in Green Bay says it's 33 in Green Hell too. Cold rushing in as we speak. I'm just been getting the wood stove stoked up. Yeah, you're gonna need it because it's gonna be cold for like 3 days. No big deal. Josh Holman, good to be here. Well, good to have you here. Eric, in some places we got 2 feet of snow in one day. Those are the days that I do not want to live through anymore. That's why I don't live up north. Sunday was the only drag. Yeah, they're all because it used to be car fucking circus on Sunday coming out. And people don't even race on Sundays anymore. It's all done Saturday nights, which is funny. I don't know when that shift went from Saturday and Sunday to Friday night and Saturday. I don't know why. I think the big shift for TV was Sunday, so maybe that's not as much drag racing on TV, so they just put it to Saturday. Maybe. My best guess. I don't know. Yeah, at least you're doing speed lap stuff, which was fine because it was like 70 degrees and it was like 8 o'clock at night. And, we're just out there making noise and doing stuff, but that happens sometimes. You spend hours planning and doing a video and it just goes to crap. So, Josh said it was 40, but cooling out fast. I appreciated the warm spell. Felt like the slowest oil change I ever did, but with a migraine, but better than a freezy. Okay. Michael Boutro, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Eric, that's the Northern Michigan there, hey. Okay, I get it. Yeah, there, hey, get the snow machine up and get you some brandy and warm up. It's 45 in Houston. Wow. Yeah, that era of GM vehicles can be frustrating. It's metric and it's SAE bolts and the worst thing. The worst thing on a G body is the engine mount bolts, where the motor mount bolts to the frame mount. Oh, it's just engineered by Nazis. Oh, the bolt is a 16, the nut's an 18, and they're both in places where you can't get to them from the top or the bottom, and it's just it's madness. And to do it right on the passenger side, you got to take off the fuel pump. I didn't want to do that, so I just fought with it and stuck a wrench up in there and held it. But I find, because those were the two things that really helped me out bad, because I could not get those nuts to break for nothing. Worked out at night. I had to give up, take a day and do some other stuff. Sprayed them up. The one broke loose. Finally, on the driver's side, the passenger side still wouldn't break loose, so I heated it with the torch a second time. Finally, it broke loose. I was like, oh man! And then it was, of course, this the nut's 700 degrees at this point, right? And you're finally coming off, and it goes plink, and it falls off at the end of your wrench, and it falls down, and gives you a little tag on the stomach as it goes to the floor. So that was nice. You get a little jammer on your finger and stuff like that. So yeah, it took a little blood out of me, but I won. Michael Boutro says it's 71 in Arizona. Nice. So when it's 300 degrees in a few months, it'll be 71 here. And it was 71 a few days ago. What's wrong with crap videos? when I was up in the UP, all the snow machine guys were really welcoming. Yeah, I'm sure they were. Have you seen all the Crown Vic dirt racing videos, the Biffle ones? I watched some of them. It was interesting, but it wasn't that exciting. It looked like a lot of fun, but I don't think the fun came through in the videos and stuff like that. But yeah, I did watch it, sir. Jerry F. Winter, if you work on your ride, all of the good season, and it sits during the winter, turning the gas into varnish. Yes, and you have to start all over again in spring. That's why we don't live up there, Jerry. Blue Wrench, great. Yeah, I didn't have to get out the metric smoke wrench and just turn the nuts into liquid. Would have been faster. I just have just handheld map gas, and I don't have one. I have two. So I take two map gas torches and just turn these things cherry red and stuff like that. And then finally broke loose after, like I said, a day before I started to take the motor out, I literally emptied a giant can of PB Blaster all over the motor. The motor, the transmission, the stuff, the G body. There's a transmission cross member, which it's easier to take out sometimes, but then there's on the this what caught me too. I forgot about this because I haven't done a G body in so long, probably 25 years. On the transmission, because it's got a funky kind of the trans cross member is on an angle and it's humped on one side so you can run the exhaust out. And that one bolt holds that. It's on a plate. One bolt goes through there. It holds to the transmount. And the transmount, traditional transmount, one bolt on each side. But on the G bodies, I forgot they have another bracket that goes between the transmount and the transmission, and that's your exhaust pipe mounting hanger flange bob thing. And I got it all done and everything, and I'm getting ready to pull the motor, and it comes out and dunk, and I'm like, what the heck is hanging? I'm like, oh. Then I had to fight up and down to get one of the bolts off. It took forever. It was ridiculous. And the whole purpose of the video is to do it like you would in your garage. If I would have put this car up on the lift, I probably could have got this whole deal done in, quarter of the time. But did it like everybody else would, just for the video's sake, laying on the ground, with floor jacks and hand tools and stuff like that. So, it was all right. I didn't take a wrench to the forehead, but I took a hot auto parts that bounced off my stomach. Didn't burn, but it was like just insult to injury type thing. Sweaty fat guy, my power has been out since 3 a.m. Got my generator going after the sun came up. Now I have a tree blocking the driveway. Just got to wait till I get more gas. Oh my God. It's one of those. Oh, hey, I got power. Oh, Jesus, I can't go get gas to make power because there's a tree in the way. Do you have a sled up there? Do you have a snowmobile? So you can hop on that and go instead. But apparently not. Otherwise, you probably would have got gas for the generator. What screwed up? Try 11:30 seconds. And if we got the guy, it happened in 21 here. I was able to keep my Gore-Tex from the Air Force in 262. So the Woodland BDU pattern is the best. Yeah. The Dragon wrench or the metric smoke wrench, or it's got all the needs. When I lived up north, I had like an actual, like a acetylene torch to take cars apart because that's what you need. Because there's no hope of unbolting everything on a 6-year-old car up there. It's just not. Use your left-handed metric crescent wrench. I have one. Didn't help. My ex took Gore-Tex when she took out. Managed to keep a sleeping bag though. Exes suck. Wrench, flame wrench, fire wrench. Yep. Robert Meyer, Duck, have you seen those electric heaters for nuts and bolts? If you have, what do you think? I think I've seen them, and I'd love to have one because they look really cool. If anything, just to fun with it, give somebody the hot foot. I don't know if how good they work. If they work like advertised, which nothing does, it would be cool. So if does anybody have one of those, and they've used it? Because I'd like to know. Because the MAP gas torches work. They work, but that little which is real nice too, especially when you got a greasy motor and everything else like that. And, instead of setting the whole house on fire, you just heat the thing up. Too old to lay on the floor. So am I. I'm feeling it. But do it for the video like everyone else. Yeah. The number 2 El Camino ain't gonna be done on the floor, I can tell you that. Which I got some cool stuff coming for that too. When you have power funded military, Store Plus and get one. Also, just got to run the right chainsaw all night. Alone. Power goes out constantly in the UP, even on beautiful days. You make me hate El Paso less. I have a 94 Arctic Cat ZR700, but it uses more gas than anything I've ever owned. Yeah, but it's fun. Those things flew. And a 94, 20-year-old sled, and you still got it going. Good job. No, that's 94, not a 2004. That's a 30-year-old sled. Nice job keeping that going. We got 12 inches of snow and high winds. Yuck. 21 we had freeze, no power, slept in jeans, flannel, and Gore-Tex. Thor at the time enjoyed the building, enjoyed the bundling. Oh, okay. An induction heater? Yeah. It's like the size of a circuit tester. It's got a button on it. And it's got 2 metal, look like copper lines, and a coil at the end. And you hit it, and it goes boom, and it heats up the nut that you put inside that winding. I don't know if it's magnetic heat or induction or conduction. I don't know exactly how it works, but it's supposed to heat the top of the bolt or the nut up, super hot, so you can break it loose and keep working. Same concept as induction hardening exhaust valve seals. Oh, okay. I have pellet stoves. You first can't tell what 4 times 2 plus 8 is. No, when power goes out in this neighborhood in Georgia too, but wherever you want, redundant heat sources. Yeah. Mexican Spec, what's going on, buddy? Think you're here. Glad to have you. What's going on with you? A wood stove that doesn't even get cold. Yeah, I had a wood stove in Vegas because it does get cold there periodically for a few days on end, and that thing was a monster. It wasn't that big, but the living room I had in the Vegas house with the wood stove, it was immense. Right, it was like the living room was like the size of a good 3-car garage. this house was just weird, and it was like a house with an addition, and it was kind of neat. But it would heat up that whole room, and then it had giant ceilings in it. It heat up that whole room. It would put fans in to blow it to the rest of the house. But yeah, it gets cold in warm places at times. Cold enough to look good, but they don't insulate a lot of these houses too well either. Yeah, I know about that. Cars, Max. Just doing business. I get it. I get it, man. I live on a wood. Yeah, cut down trees, make heat. Justin Picardo. Hello. Hi, Justin. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. The nights get cold too. Yeah. So you get those. You get those. A couple weeks where it gets a little chilly. I have 13 acres of woods. I like the cover that hides my cars and stuff. Granddad's Junk all the way from New Zealand. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I know it's a weird time of day for you, but I appreciate you being here. Eric Wilson, I used to heat my 2-story, 4-bedroom house with wood. 27 cords a year with a barrel stove. Wow, that's a lot of wood. That's a lot of wood. Natural gas heater in the garage was the best $700 I spent. I can be 0 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and I can work in shorts and t-shirt in 20 minutes of running it. Nice. Yeah, because you need that up in Buffalo, man. Grilled over oak chunks before. Okay. Also, being from New Zealand, chopping wood isn't a biggie. Yeah, you get used to it. You get the right stuff. So what's going on with everybody in the neighborhood here? We'll let the chat run for a minute or two. Christmas is here and gone. I hope that treated everyone well. New Year's is coming up, and I personally would like to take 2025 and shove it up its own ass. I did not have fun this year. Well, I did. I had fun, but it was a son of a bitch of a year. Yeah, it was bad. There was half a dozen deaths. Just weird stuff. And just weird year. It can go away and never come back. I don't care about it. I'm going to erase it from my memory. Solar and other stuff. Okay. I used to heat my house with 10 cords the winter and thought that was a lot. Yeah, 27 cords. Wow. You just build a conveyor belt for the wood into your living room, into the stove. Yeah, but paper gas. Yeah, 27 cords. It probably was not cheap. How many trees in a cord? A lot, depending on the tree. This whole century is just not what I hope for. Me neither. It's this whole. I mean, since 2000, there's been quite a bunch of good stuff, but this year was trash. I don't need to repeat it. Moving on. A bunch of people died that I knew. My wife's mother died. Got hacked, lost the channel. Did some weird stuff with the jobs and whatnot. And yeah. So the rest was, yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, $3,200 transmission, remove, overhaul, reinstall. Yep. I saw 68 F100 on a 2007 Crown Vic frame and motor on Facebook for sale. Very nice. That's the ticket. You put one of them old trucks on that Crown Vic platform. Stock Former 4.6, nothing to scream home about, but you can modify them and they can really, really rock. But then you got a great handling, great riding, great driving. More of a modern pickup truck and stuff like that. Yeah, that's it's the way to go. It's not that much work. It is, but it's not like nothing you can't do. An average guy should be able to do it, or girl. Silly season is almost over. Looking forward to the peace and quiet again. Yeah. Yeah, the workload of that much wood. Yeah. Crazy. Might have been a 70, I forget. Same body anyway. Yeah, those are cool looking trucks. Full court is 8 feet by 8 feet by 4 feet high. Mm-hmm. I tried to warn people about this year. Yeah. So it doesn't have any insulation, any no walls. 2026 is the year of Dr. Art's revival. Sure. I'll go with that. I like that. I like that idea. I was just watching some porch pirates getting caught. Yeah, it's always funny. I mean, some of those are staged, and it's kind of obvious, but some of those are not. The ones where the porch pirate called the police on me for a second. Okay, it's bullshit. But the ones where they get the package and they're running off the package and it explodes in a cloud of dog shit all over the porch pirate. That's fantastic. I love those. Over the past few years, some Air Force civilians that I worked with prior service retired have been dying off. Yeah, it was quite a few people this year. And it's buddies of mine. A buddy of mine who was a couple years younger than me. He was 55, 56. And yeah, just one night, boom. Sent you a pic. Sent you a pic. 46 Chevy came to me with a titled piece of shit. Okay. Let's see what Robert's working on this week, because his stuff is usually pretty cool. Oi. Alrighty then. Hang on, let me share these things here. It takes a second now with this new setup. California black plate car. Wow, there is nothing left of this thing. Was it free? Wow, that's a candidate right there for a chassis swap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 bolt wheels. What the hell is this? What the hell is this thing on? Yeah, woof. What are you gonna do with this thing, Robert? I mean, you'll probably do something cool with it. But it looks like there's some kind of chassis underneath it. But what's the story with this one? I have some help with the wood end of things. Had our guy, so a bit more splitting to save my back and migraine head a little. Yeah, just get a wood splitter. Bag ice on the head, wood splitter, you'd be good. They don't know that insulation also keeps a house cool in hot weather. Yes. I love the flashbang one. Yeah. They probably would have thought it was too commie or something when this place was built. Intake manifold replacement on my 2004 MGM in the new future. Matthew, MGM, MG midget. I'm missing it. Please explain, sir. Thank you. Hey. We have improved much insulation, but fancy windows from like 1967. Show it. I did show it. Did I not show it? I showed it. You're going to do the pigments in clear from Amazon to paint the El Camino? No. Actually, because it's a budget El Camino, it's probably going to be turbo can Rust-Oleum. Because the wife, she wants it all black, right? And all black, and I got the rally wheels for it. Horse traded some stuff for that. Looks really good, but it's an 80s car. And you know how on the 80s on the Jeep bodies, like on the Oldsmobiles, like the 442s and not so much the Grand Nationals, but they were black, but the bottom, like from the lower door for where it like kinks in down, bottom of the door and the rocker panel was like silver. It's like two-tone black with a silver. I think that would be sharp, but we'll see. Let's be seen, or black and red, but she wants all black, so we'll see what the mood brings. Don't have a clue yet what you can do with it. Yeah, but he said it's a blank slate, so our car guy has one. I want to do it the old-fashioned way. Okay. No, you didn't. I didn't. All right. Nope. Sorry. I thought I did. All right. Pictures. Share. Oh, you're right. I didn't. Ha. Okay. All right. There we go. Apologies, folks. Let's start from the beginning. Black plate California car. I mean, the plate's the only thing that this car's got going for it. But it's there, I guess. Hasn't been used for target practice too bad, or anything like that. So, some good old-fashioned. Oh, it's got a hitch. Look at that. What were they towing with this thing? That would be the question of the day. It's a two-door humpback. You can see it's got a 6-lug rear. I don't know if that was stock. I don't think it was. So you're using this as a truck. I don't know. Make it a little bigger. Trim hold. It's not. What is this patina on this, Robert? Is this just sitting in a field, but out in the sun or something like that? Because it looks like it's got some crusty and some little dings and dents, but it's not like, it's not like the windows are falling out of it or anything. And you got most of a front end. But yeah, this needs everything. It needs a good soda blast to start with. and epoxy it and see what you got from there, I guess. Or unless you just was like a rat rod type thing. But it's rough like a dog or like your mother likes it. Either way. You did not show. Okay, now I did. I apologize to everyone. Shut up. So coworker is helping a buddy with a 455 in a Le Mans. After it gets hot, OP drops off. Oil pressure drops off. Oh, it's because it's a Pontiac. You know, the oil is still up in the cylinder heads. You really got to get after them. I use a petrol-powered splitter. Makes it easier. They ain't hard to build. The ones at the store are underpowered. Okay. Mercury Grand Marquis, yes. Saw your plan for the El Camino #1. Love the rally wheels. Is there room to widen the stock wheels in the back for some bigger rubber? You Jeff, you can. And that's the whole premise of the second El Camino. Which you'll see pictures of tomorrow or later tonight, whenever I get that video done. But yeah, because you could do because the rallies are 15x7. You can do a 15x8. You can go a little bit wider, but then they start to stick out past the body and on the G body. Well, you know where the drum ends and your face of the drum back to the frame, it's like this big. So you need to put the tire here. To put the tire from here to here, you can't have back spacing. Because I had a guy that gave me a whole set of wheels, but they were in like new tires. But they were off an 03 Camaro, and they didn't fit. I'd had to run a 2 1/4 inch spacer to use those. So instead, I'm just going to pirate those tires and put them on these rallies that I got. So kind of a cheap and dirty version. But it should look good. And there's cheap body parts, everything like trim pieces, headlight bezels, all that stuff it's so much everywhere. They're so easy. But this one's a little bit of work. It's not going to turn out like your cars, Jeff. Just so let's set that bar. Okay, down. Right? It's going to be, can we do $2,000 real money in this car, make it a daily driver, a presentable daily driver? Which I'll know more tomorrow once I get the engine torn down. But thanks for being here, sir. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and hopefully we get some parts in for you here pretty quick. Yeah, silver and the black with the red pinstripe, right? Like the SS's, and like the 442s and stuff like that. You have the idea of what those 80s cars look like. Exactly. Screaming Chicken sticker on the hood? Probably not. But on the other one, because El Camino #2, that's 79, that's the Diablo trim version. The side panels on the doors, on the lower part of the door, Diablo. And there was some Kajingas on the hood. So I might get creative with some hood artwork when the time comes on that second one. But on the first one, no, it's just going to be black. It's not going to be call hood. It's not going to be anything like that. But the second one's going to be a little more, you just have fun with. That's a budget, 80 gallon for a gallon of clear, 2 gallons, and mix in a cool pigment and spray it over the Rust-Oleum. Yeah, I thought about that when I did the Falcon, about mixing like some pearls and stuff into the clear, because I used a 2K clear on there to give like a green or a red or a gold or like a bowling ball effect to it. And I chickened out and just blasted it with straight clear. But it is a thought. Some work is just too much, too heavy for me. Grand. Hence, we pay a guy who has a kit to do. Okay. Yeah, black, silver, and red. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I want to do black with the lower silver with the red pinstripe, or just do black and red, like because some of these are two tone where that lower part of the door in the rocker is the different colors. Say it'd be red, and then the roof and the top of the beds along the trim line be red also. So it'd be kind of like a back asswards 55 Chevy, black and red, but I don't know, or red with black. We'll see. It'll be cool and it'll be cheap. So just it'll be a 20-footer. Yeah, not like your cars, Jeff, but buff out. It happened the last time you parked there. Wow. Terrible. Well, that's better. Well worked. Look at this beauty. You could probably do something pretty cool with it. So the 46 is a perfect builder. Yeah, because you're starting with nothing, right? Yeah. I'll be afraid of media blast it due to past exfoliation. So what? Probably a camping trailer. You think they pulled a camper behind there? It's a good guess. Camper, boat, spare car. Who knows? And they only want $1,000 for it to know what I have. That's right. He'll get it on the road. Yeah. Maybe to put the body on another chassis. Yeah, put the body on another chassis. Yeah, a lot of guys were using, for old cars like that, they were using those Buick Roadmaster station wagons and ripping the body off them and putting them under those because the wheelbase is real close to that. And then you get a nice riding Buick under that thing. Yeah, looks like it's on a much longer frame. Yeah. I went 10,000 for it. Yeah. They just don't have great oil pressure. The Pontiacs don't like the high RPM stuff without really a lot of mods. They tend to have a lot of oil sitting up in the heads and in the valley, so a lot of it doesn't return to the pan like it does on like a Chevy or a Ford or a Mopar engine. That being said, you can, a Pontiac can move and shake. Ask Sweaty Fat Guy about. He's the king of the Pontiacs, but yeah, they and sometimes that'll happen when it gets warm. They'll lose oil pressure. I mean, if you're down to 0, yeah, but if you're at 15 pounds at idle and it's hot, who cares? That's plenty. I like the tires, the wheel wells wider should go in on the inside. Yeah, I like that too. Got it out of regard, got a VIN, got a good title. That is the stock rear end. Really? Well, now I've learned something. Really should keep enough tire on the pavement. El Caminos are light in the tail. Yeah, I had one just like the 79, a single headlight El Camino. I think it was like an 80, way back 35 years ago, somewhere in there, 35 years ago. And I had put some turbine 15 by 7 or 15 by 8 turbine wheels on some BFG. The thing handled amazingly. Didn't have any power because they have like 145 horsepower stock. It's pitiful. We're going to improve that. But at the time, I was like, it was okay of a car. Got me where I needed to go. I just wasn't super bonzo in love with it. And then and it was about 1990. It was about 1995, so 30 years ago. Yeah, 30 years ago. And then I drove that car for a couple years, and then I bought a used 1993 Ford Probe GT. Love that car. It broke a lot. Broke a lot, but it was a great car. Went like crazy, handled amazing. Would do 110 miles an hour all day long. Not even didn't care. AC on, just but I wore that thing out. After it needed a second transmission, I got rid of it. Granddad's junk. Robert, how much did you pay for it? I think you just got it. Shut up. I'm only 41, so I saw some Jeep bodies in the 90s. Knew someone who had a 70s Duster. There's Johnny C. What's going on? There's an 87 in Burlingame, California for sale. Like new on Marketplace. Go buy it. Or Burlingame. I'll go look at that after. See what's in Burlingame. Buddy, what'd you send me here? Yeah. Exactly. Okay, you got it. Here's what I'm thinking if it doesn't go all black. And this is exactly what I was thinking. All right. Buddy's always on it, man. He's like right on it. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, and they got to go here, and you have to go back, and you have to share it. And you have to go back to the thing, the Google image, and make it. Can you make it bigger? No. Okay, but yeah, this is what I was thinking originally, because this car has all that trim along this. We'll see where this red pinstripe is, and I can't make this bigger. I apologize. Oh, maybe I can. I'm a liar. Zoom. Here we go. How's that? Is that better? Okay. But this car has that trim, and I have the SS front air dam spoiler for it that came in the back of the number 2 El Camino as like a bonus gift. I was like, oh, cool, I know what this is. But yeah, I would do black with the silver on the bottom and the red pinstripe. Yes, maybe not even the red pinstripe because it's got, like I said, it's got the trim here. Maybe I'll do like a red pinstripe up, on top of the door as like an accent or something like that. But yes, that's exactly what I was in my mind when I see 80s GM cars. This is what I picture. Rallies, two-tone, silver on the bottom. So, yes, exactly. Be like Buddy and scrub the internet and send me photos. Dark red and orange on silver is surprisingly nice on an 80 color combo. Yeah, they like those square cars. They like all that. Just lets you describe. Okay. Catching up on chat here. Guy brings stuff, cuts it up here. We hear it all. Bum cars. Yes, Roadmasters had the LT like the Caprice. Yeah, and a lot of guys they were just body swap and use those chassis and stuff. And it's you get a car like that, and it's like woo, rides, dies. Put those big puffy seats in it and stuff like that. Oh yeah. Oil pressure is overrated. Yes, it is. That's why I don't have an oil pressure gauge in like the Ranger. 600 horsepower. I don't need to want to know what the oil pressure is. The motor's running, it's fine. When it blows up, I'll know I didn't have any. Paul Bruno, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? I know you enjoyed the weather the last few days, but maybe not so much today. Shadow, my Pontiacs all have good oil pressure. They don't need much, and Drainback is good. The problem is they're not designed to spin 6,500 RPM. So many people chuck the rods out of them. Yup. Okay, so 7 acres. 30 years ago was my first year in college. What's your mom's name? Cool as being nice out there in the rat race. Yeah, the car is a Le Mans Judge clone. My coworker has a GTO, but this clone Judge is getting 18 psi, but I think it might be going to 0 at times. Well, 0 is no good. Check your gauge. Firewood. It's a Conquista. Beauty, but pricey. Yeah, and the Street Tech Classic cars are always, 20 grand too high. They really are. And a Conquista, which is GM's word for it, the Conquista is actually the entry trim level, because Conquista means to conquer. And that's where they got the name from. So this is just a Conquista that's been dialed up a bunch. Because a Conquista probably wouldn't have came with the front air dam and rallies and things like that. So generally they were the more, basic air tilt cruise, single color type thing. But I guess there probably are exceptions. The two-tone Jeep bodies were pretty decent early 86. Yeah, if you're gonna drive one, you might as well throw it all the way back. Whereas the oil pressure sensor located, the bypass in the adapter might be hung open, but also sometimes get a pump that's just weak. Yeah. Could be sharp looking. All silver with red and black pinstripe, possibly. Hilly Margin is not a term here. Very art. It got that kid the day after Christmas with new toys. With the what? Art's got that kid the day after Christmas with new toys with car trucks. Yes. That's very well put. Love a great choice. Yeah. Good evening, Dr. Art. I think this week I'm going to order the digital dash setup from Jegs for the Monty. Some company names in Teletronics makes them. Is your factory dash any good? Because I'm not sure about these, and I know that's a problem on these for a fact because I've dealt with them. If it's still good once you're got all your new stuff in, hit me up. Maybe I'll have you ship that down to me for some monies. Okay, did some pop. Looks like the 83 Hurstel. Yes, that's kind of the two-tone vibe I'd be going for. Dale Earnhardt paint scheme could put a big number 3 on the door and stickers, but that might be a little semi-ridiculous. Propane costs more than 93 octane gas, which is over $4 in firewood or pellets for now. My coworker believes the oil pump has never been changed, but he knows the grate in the pan because he tapped the pan with a hammer and could hear it bouncing around. That's not good. That's cool. Yeah. Was an ice box today. Yeah. And we had to. Oh, I was running around outside all day. Let's just leave it at that. Well, pickup isn't on it. Yeah, then it's going to have her lower pressure. Need to drop the pan and fix that. And that might be all that needs to be done. Just, well, it's kind of tough to drop the pan on them, but just pull the motor out, start over. Air Eric Wilson, I'm building a wiring harness for my 50cc four-wheeler at the moment. Nice. Sounds like fun. From now on, you shall address me as El Conquistador. Sure. Conquistador, yeah. Well, that's just tidbits that I'd learned the last few days. I was trying to think of the other possible issues, but I did mention a weak pump spring. It's most likely it will need to be changed. Yes, unless there's, cords of cam bearing in the pan. Art, if my power comes back on, I will paint something like a mailbox or fender and show you how cheap it is to make a $200 paint job look good. My blue Firebird was $220. I believe you, but yeah, please do it. Then we could share. Oh, I got pictures. I got more pictures. Buddy. Yeah. Here's the thinking for the Diablo. Is it Diablo? Yes. Caballero Diablo 4-speed at BAT auctions. Hang on, I am sharing it. I'm sharing it. I promise I'm sharing it. Sharing it. Go back here to share it. Do it. Okay. I'll go back here and see if I can make this bigger again. Oh, it's already at 250. The bigger I go, it gets smaller. I think that was the best. Okay. Oh, he's got hood louvers on this thing. But yeah, you can see on the Diablos, which is the second El Camino, and this one does have a front bumper thing too. Weird. All right, and maybe I need to do more research. But it says Diablo on here. It's got a big kind of fire chicken flaming devil thing on the hood, which I think would be pretty cool. Error correct. See if that's a better picture. Yeah, you can see kind of the devil face a little bit better on that one. Are you guys seeing that? I don't know how big it is. But that might be cool to get a black with silver and get a silver one. Yeah. Diablo. See, again, this is here. And again, the Diablos were blacked out on the bottom here. But again, if you took this pinstripe here, made that red and painted this bottom silver. Wow. So thank you, buddy. You guys think it is a difficult process to remove the dashboard completely from a 07 town car? No. It's a pain in the ass. But it's not a difficult process. But the first time you do it, it's going to take you 4 hours. Just to find all the secret nuts and bolts and things like that. Why do you need to get to the bad AC blend door behind the dash that you can't get to without taking the whole dash assembly off? We've done it before. It's not fun, but you can do it. It's just bolts. Yeah, I usually weld a pickup to my Pontiac engines unless it's a daily driver that doesn't get beat up much. Shannon, yes, I could take some pictures of it before I do the swap. Okay, cool. Because I'm sure I'll probably need one for one of these two. And the red one may or may not even have a dash in it. I don't know. No, gender assume massively tempting, but I don't know about difficult. Yeah, exactly. If you never did it before, it's 4 hours. And watch a couple of YouTube videos on how to do it. That'll probably save you like an hour, finding all the mystery bolts and where they are and how to get to them, stuff like that. Things we may maintain taken apart. Yes. My truck can drop the cross member and the oil pan. Same for an 87 to 2002 Chevy truck. Oh, okay. Caballero. Gentlemen. What did I see? It was on like Wikipedia. So that's where I was getting the information from. But you are right. Caballero. Basically, janitor. Yeah. Remember the 80s Escort? We did the HS for a heater core. The dash was not fun. No, they're not fun on a lot of Fords. Are not fun. All the Fox bodies are horrible. Yes, they have the water leak behind the dash. Okay, so it's got to come out. Yeah. Plan the weekend. Get your mind mellowed because it's very frustrating, and just do it. It's like Spanish for cavalier. Yeah. Stay warm, man. Well, that was like the quickest hour we've done in a long time, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate it. And let me get rid of this here. Bam. Make sure I don't have any more. Do I have more? No, don't have any more emails. But that's the hour, folks. Yeah, the easiest one for Johnny to do in heater cores is like a 72 F-150. They're just a little door that you open up, pulls right out, and you just shove a new one in. Yeah, so Happy New Year to everyone. Appreciate each and every one of you being here. It was, why am I all crooked? Oh, well. It was fun. We got good feedback. We got lots of people in the chat. We got a bunch of people here online, so I appreciate everybody. We'll be on Wednesday with Tony for like a New Year's Eve, pre-New Year's Eve thing. I don't even know what day Wednesday is because I'm on vacation all this week. I'll get this video edited and get this video out tonight. So you'll see the motor coming out of 1 and then some of the stuff that we did to number 2, which is pretty cool. But other than that, Happy New Year, guys and lady. And we will see you in a week. Thanks.